it makes perfect sense to utilize technology in how we're storing that crop and get the most out of it.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the State of Soy. I'm Aaron Putsey and we're coming to you from just outside of Adel, Iowa, and I'm visiting with a couple of folks who grain and grain management are very important to. First of all, Burke Knoll, thank you for welcoming us to your farm today, and also Ryan Thompson. Ryan is with AGI, and we've got the harvest in. Let's start there. How did harvest go for you and the Knoll family?
It went great. It was quick. Yields were above average. They weren't the bin buster that we kind of expected before we started, but we can't complain when you have a above average yield.
Yeah, but dry, right? I mean, you got in there, got the harvest out, but on the dry side.
Yeah, beans were 8 or 9 and corn was 12 to 13, 14%, so they were very dry.
And of course, Ryan, when you hear that, the way this crop came out was, again, another signal that grain management out of the field matters.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it seems like every year we worry about, beans being too dry coming out of the field, but especially the last two. And I mean, like Burke, you said earlier, when you're giving up that much moisture, 8-9%, and the dockage at the elevator is at 13, you've given bushels away, right? Yeah. So the conversations usually come back to the opportunity to be able to rehydrate soybeans, and that's something that can provide a very good ROI. I mean, you take a 30,000 bushel bin, for every point of moisture you put back in there, that's roughly 400 bushel just from water weight.
And you're talking about grain quality, and of course splits don't help, grain quality matters. That's what got your attention, right, Burke, was being able to manage that grain better when you get it into storage. What's the ROI that you see in that?
The beans last year were around 8 or 9%, and then when we finished up hauling beans this past summer, they were 13%, and so we gained 4% and 1.3% shrinkage for every percent of moisture, so there's 4 to 5% more beans there than when we put them in. So that adds up. It
does, and a system like that, as you were penciling out, 3 to 4 years will pay for itself, and then you're on your way.
Right.
What are you hearing from farmers, Ryan? What's gaining their interest, and where do you see this going in terms of more farmers kind of understanding the benefit of being more on point with the grain that they have in storage?
Really, it's exactly what Burke just said. Not getting docked as much when you're hauling for splits and cracks, not taking the shrink, but then also ultimately hauling more beans to town than what you put in the bin in the first place. A lot more growers are talking about just efficiency. We have these bins on farm. How do we get more out of them? And by utilizing technology like AGI Bin Manager, it gives growers that opportunity for one more thing that they can improve efficiency on. I mean, because when you really think about all the technology that we use to plant a crop and grow a crop, it makes perfect sense to utilize technology in how we're storing that crop and get the most out of it.
Margins are tight and you need to get everything you can, and this is one way to get back some margin, and it's very easy to operate. I mean, we run it off of an iPad or iPhone. It's easy.
Also to AGI, thank you for your involvement with Iowa Soybean Association and also being involved in our Partners Plus program. That's a big deal. We launched it in June, and I know farmers can come to our website, they can read up on how they can benefit and how they can save also from putting and using a bin manager system.
I just feel the Partners Plus program is another great resource that the Iowa Soybean Association offers to their members. We're very proud at AGI to be a part of this program. And yeah, from the AGI side, you can get discounts on an AGI bin manager. You can get some rebates on other AGI farm equipment. We just put this together with you folks to try to help out the Iowa farmer in these tougher times and have some cost benefits to their advantage for a change.
Again, Ryan, thank you. Burke, thank you for welcoming us out to your farm here today. And again, it's another example and a reminder to us how you can make that asset work harder for you and better for you, especially during these times of tight margins. Reporting for this edition of the State of Soy, I'm Aaron Putsey.
The reason I chose to go with FMH was I feel I've always been taken care of. I trust the people. They all seem to be tied to ag, and they care too. And I also appreciate their American company.
As a farmer, I appreciate they're family owned, that it's here in the United States, that they're owned in the United States, and they're working for us.
all good people.
We've been with them for 10 years probably now. They're a great company and I will stay with them forever.